Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Mark, and this is episode 8 of Path of Exile Betrayal. I am out in the marketplace, and I am ready to go kill some monsters. And we have a nice upgrade today. My other character that I've been running with friends has gotten access to Glacial Cascade, so I have gone ahead and thrown the Glacial Cascade gem into our totem setup. So we have Spell Totem Support, Glacial Cascade, and Controlled Destruction thrown in here and ready to go. So we are officially using our real offensive spell as of this episode. So let's go see how that works out. And the first thing we're going to do is head into the catacombs and take care of this labyrinth trial. There's nothing else down here that we need to do, so we're just going to hunt around for the lab trial and get that done.
I shall wipe the filth from this house of God.
And you can see right away, Glacial Cascade has a different spell effect. And we're killing stuff pretty effectively. So the catacombs is kind of a weird place. It's always been this sort of dead end, and I don't think there's ever been anything to actually do down here other than the lab trial. Most of the side areas have something to do, either in the first set of 5 acts or in the later series of 5 acts that they've added since the game first started. But I don't think there's really anything in here. There does seem to be a fair bit of lore. Maybe there's something in here that actually tells us what this place was. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lore. I think we're probably safe to read this one.
There is nothing eternal in this empire of ours, but the names of our day that shall be revered or reviled in the centuries to come.
Someone complaining about the Empire. And we found our lab trial. So let's go ahead and hear what this has to say.
An emperor cannot allow himself to become buried in the shadowed vaults of self-doubt, cannot allow thoughts of imagined disaster to spin about inside his mind like so many strife-splintered wheels. An emperor navigates his way through the terrors of perplexity with his eyes set firmly on the rising sun.
Okay. So we're into the trial, and I don't remember which one this is. Oh, it's the spinning pancakes. So I think we're going to do this. So many blades. That's a locked door, so we're going to go this way, take a little hit. We should be able to go this way and keep ahead of the one following us. Oh, we've got a crafting recipe. Let's see what this gives us. Elemental damage with attacks. And we're going straight across. So take a little bit of a hit there. And we're done. That was really a short lab.
An emperor must bear 2 blades, hope in the left hand, surety in the right.
So we only have one unknown area left, which is in the Imperial Gardens, which is coming up fairly soon. And, you know, we're done here. There's no real reason to go running through this. There's not a whole lot in here other than killing a bunch of skeletons. I'll do this little side area just to show what it looks like a little more. It's not really a side area, I guess. Oops. I thought I saw something over there. Oh, it was the portal from the lab. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing anything else in here really. I mean, I assume we could run through here and maybe find a well, we'll find a strong box. We can probably find another Immortal Syndicate encounter because they seem to be in every zone. I'm going to go ahead and level that up. Throw down a couple totems and pop this box.
I was born to this land, delivered to this task. I will prevail.
And this little bit of floor setup actually should look familiar because it's the same one we encountered in the crypt in Act 2, where we got the Hand of a Good Man. And this is pretty much a very similar sort of layout here. So, asset reuse for the win. We get a couple scrolls out of that mess. And I think we'll head back to town. Go ahead and take a look at our skill point. We did level up to Arcanist Dominion. I'm not sure where I want to go next here. I suppose I could go up and hit our area of effect because Glacial Cascade actually does, if we look at this, Glacial Cascade actually has AoE, so adding the AoE nodes will give us a little bit bigger area. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to finish off that little loop there. It may not be the best choice, but it's a choice that'll do for now. We don't need anything in there, but I am going to dump off that just to keep our inventory clear, and then we're going to go back to the marketplace and go ahead and start our forward progress again. And we have the decanter that we needed to find here, so all we need to do now is find the way forward. That quest marker is going to be the chest for the decanter that we already have, and really what we need to do is just go up to this north edge and sort of follow it along. The way forward is always along this edge somewhere. Where somewhere is remains to be seen. Yep, right there. So we are heading into the battlefront. And in here we are going to find one of the quest items we need to move forward elsewhere. And we're going to encounter a lot of these guard type monsters. They're not too bad to deal with. Especially now that we have our actual skill. So there are a couple things in here that are sort of our goals. We need to find an item drop, and we need to find the way to the docks. And the item we need is usually over here on the right hand, or the left hand side, excuse me. And the waypoint's over here too. It's just a matter of finding it. Up there's the waypoint. And the waypoint is always near the item we need to pick up here. There's usually a boss near this as well. There he is. And he goes down quickly with our new boosted skill. And now we can boost our frostbite gem. And head north. And there's the exit we're looking for. That is the docks. So, the docks are going to have a couple things we need. There's another item pickup in here that we need to take care of these quests that we're starting to accumulate. Because they're all related to the Gemling Queen. You can see our Glacial Cascade, even as a 3-link, is doing a pretty good job of clearing the way for us. I mean, this is a level 29 zone, and we're level 30, so, you know, we've closed the gap with our levels a little bit. And we're still clearing things pretty fast. And the docks are sort of... there's a bunch of dead ends in here, and 2 of them have the things we're looking for. One of those things is a waypoint and a certain individual that we've met before. And, of course, he's not on this one. And the other is a little container with the item we're looking for. And here is our encounter. So let's see how this goes with our actual skill. Doing a bit of a better job clearing things out. I think I'm just going to run around in circles and throw these down. I would like to get that door open eventually. There we go.
Steel yourself. Watukohama.
Man, they do take a lot of damage to kill. Alright, we're down to 1. This should be relatively easy to finish off. Let's keep him in range of our totems. Alright.
Exile. Another deal?
These fights are getting, they're fairly challenging.
Ashling is a monster hidden in a pleasing form. You must hear me.
Yeah, let's go ahead and boost up Haku. And we've created a rivalry. You can see Esling was the other character that was in this fight, so I guess they don't like each other anymore.
I know exactly where I want to mount your scalp, traitor.
And
you could end my life. I would, were I in your position. But I have a better idea. Leave me alive, and I'll make sure certain syndicate resources are reallocated. Move enough bricks, and perhaps the tower will come crashing down.
Let's go. Do I want to make... I'm going to leave that rivalry in place and see how that plays out. So let's go ahead and imprison Aisling.
If you think I'll talk, you're sorely mistaken.
And we'll pick up a couple items that we can sell for some currency. And we'll continue our search. Okay, I actually see our goal over here, so let's head this direction. And we grab the thaumatic sulfite. And if we look over to the west a bit further, I can see our waypoint, which marks our second destination, so we can head this direction. And now that I'm back to playing totem style, I'm so used to having multiple totems that I keep overcasting. So, got to break that habit. Alright, there's our waypoint. And there is our good friend Captain Fairgrace, who we ran into in Act 1 in the ship's graveyard. And we thought we killed.
Now there's a familiar face. Before you say anything, yes, I did try to kill you. Inexcusable. I allowed pragmatism to overcome honor in a moment of desperation. Please accept my deepest apologies. And what do you say? Can the two of us make a fresh start? Marvelous! Now, as you've clearly noticed, the All-Flame has given me another respite from oblivion. Alas, it's a partial success only. I am neither man nor spirit, living nor dead. A state that comes with some rather frustrating restrictions. I know we've only just been reacquainted, but to put no finer point on it, I need your help. Interested, are we? Oh, splendid! In return, I have a gift or two that I may bestow upon you with a click of my translucent fingers. All you need do is furnish me with a crystal decanter and a juicy piece of fruit. Two humble items that remain agonizingly out of reach for a man in my peculiar situation. Will you look at that? The decanter spiritus. As exquisite today as when I found it all those years ago. You may fault the man, but you can't fault his craftsmanship.
Okay, so Fairgrace wants us to find another item, and that is Chittus's plum. And we'll go ahead and listen to what he has to say about the plum.
Emperor Chittus was stabbed in the posterior by his own Lord Mayor on the eve of the Purity Rebellion. Chittus's grieving gemlings buried him in the Imperial Gardens, and a plum tree was planted upon his resting place, so that his mourners might taste of his glory for years to come. I found that tree, and one of my men tasted its fruit. I've never seen so much agony crammed into such a brief moment. This may seem a peculiar request, but please bring me one of Chittus's plums.
And we may as well find out about the decanter spiritus that we just brought him. That was the item we found in the marketplace.
I'm sure you've heard of Malachi by now. Ever the heterodox, he sought otherworldly inspiration by imbibing a substance called ghost wine. For the purpose, he created the decanter spiritus. I found it on my last visit here. Liquid placed in this crystal decanter becomes quasi-apparitional in nature. I'm sure you can glean the decanter's usefulness to me. Conventional liquids simply don't hit the spot. I am one sorely parched revenant. I hid the decanter spiritus in the marketplace, so as not to cause temptation for the less morally steadfast in my crew. Look to the carven heraldry there, and find a lion dancing upon the waves.
Okay, and we've already found that, and you can see, if we look in our inventory, that the decanter's gone already because he took it, and this is the thematic sulfite that we found earlier, and the ribbon spool that we found in the battlefront. This is what we just found here in the docks. So those are items we're going to take to the Gemling Queen in Solaris Temple, which is where we're headed next. So I'm going to run back to the battlefront, and by run back I mean use the waypoint, and we're going to head up this direction because we had seen the start of the area around the temple. And now that we're inside, let's take a quick look at our skill tree.
Something eternal remains in this empire. The question is, how?
And we're going to go ahead and take Amplify, which is going to give us more area damage and more area of effect. A quick buff to our offense. And we can head into the temple. So there are a lot of these flying ribbon monsters in here, which are actually pretty easy to kill. There are also a bunch of statues, which have a lot of hit points. But again, are not too tough to kill. And I see the waypoint already. So let's go ahead and grab that. And keep trucking. I'm not going to kill everything in here. There is a spirit who is going to drop a helmet. The spirits are also from a previous league. It's one of those, you know, why I like this game so much. Just more stuff. And I see our exit up ahead. Oh, no, I lied. That's the entrance that we came in, so I thought that was an odd location for it. Okay, peace and quiet.
Death changes nothing, Exile. Only philosophy held true alters the world. Here I say to you, the strongest should absorb the might of the weak and make it their own. For you, that means letting me live, so that I can maneuver within the organization, stripping back the strength of others and making it my own. We do not stay dead, which means changing thoughts and minds is the only way you'll ever save the world from the Syndicate.
Okay, so he is dealing with bestiary scarabs, which I don't even know what those are. So I'm going to go ahead and betray him. And he and Haku will become rivals. So Haku's building some rivalries here, which is fine. And then
The Syndicate makes traitors of us all.
we will talk to
Enough
Haku.
blood has been shed today, warrior. Put down your weapon, and I will offer you an opportunity. There is one in my new tribe I would deceive. Give me a reason to, and I will tell you that which I know about them.
Yeah. I don't really want to let all those people loose, so I'm going to go ahead and imprison him because he's not going to lose rank, it doesn't look like. So let's go ahead and do that.
You dishonor me. Imprisonment is for slaves, not warriors.
And we'll go ahead and pick up a couple of these items. And finally move on. And there's our way down. So in here you can kind of follow the carpet. And oops, that's a caravan.
Interrogation was not pleasant. Consider me miffed.
I think if we stay in front of this, we should do a pretty good job of sort of killing these guys off. I didn't really want to spawn her, but that's okay. Alright. Vagan, as usual, is pretty useless. He's one of the old masters from the old master missions. Alright. Well, let's see what he has to say.
Victory must be rewarded, I always say. And while beheading me might be reward for some, I think you'd prefer something more useful.
I would, but I'm just going to interrogate you.
This is right out of bounds.
And we're just going to keep going. This was actually a little mini-boss encounter that we triggered while we were doing the caravan. I think we'll go this way, and there we go. We have found the waypoint. And we have also found Lady Diala. one of my favorite NPCs. Let's hear what she has to say. She's going to talk for a while, so.
You are not a cockroach. Strange. Inundated with cockroaches I am. Black ones, four limbs, nasty, spiky things. Are you spiky? If so, my ribbons will pluck your spines. Malachi liked spines. Liked my spine. Pretty spine. Bejeweled and bountiful. Enough to make an empire weep. Do you weep, not a cockroach? I do. Tears are infinite. Why, on this very day I found a new reason to cry. What is that you have? Not a cockroach. My ribbon spool. Those black ones wanted them, my ribbons. Wanted to wrap the city in black ribbons. Now they are my ribbons forevermore. Forevermore. I hate forever. I could tear happy ever after from bards' bleeding tongues. You're still here, not a cockroach. Oh, gratitude, yes. I should give you a token. A token? What token? This? Is this to your liking?
Okay, so she's going to give us a reward for bringing her the ribbon spool that we had. And I am actually going to take the Jade Amulet because I know that dexterity is hard to come by for this build.
The cockroaches will come again. They want the twist. That cockroach emperor. The other bugs shout his name. Ravicius. Cross the river, squash the emperor cockroach in his nest. The bridge. It is barricaded. That spawns a tricky question. Questions. Questions. I asked too many questions. Chit has told me so. I asked where it all went. Our feculence. He made them show me. Under the river. The sewers from this side to that. Filthy, fetid tunnels like a rower's cloaca. A black place. Crawling with the undying. Once beautiful and arrogant gemlings. Now the foul waste of the empire. Fitting, isn't it? Apt. 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 I like you, not a cockroach. I like that you listen. It would annoy me if the Undying murdered you. Formetic sulfite. That's what you need. You have some already. You are a resourceful humbug now, aren't you? Give it to me. I was all eyes and ears when Malachi worked. I will make something of your formetic sulfite. I will forge an infernal talc that will bring the most furious of light to the undying darkness. A dash of arcanity, a pinch of insanity, a whisper of profanity, and the infernal talc is now ready.
Okay, and that converted the sulfite we had into infernal talc, which we will be able to use to, way back in the sewers, block the undying blockage. And over here we have a little journal entry to find it, to read.
Pretty as porcelain, but her mouth spins like the potter's wheel. That's how I once described Diala. Yet on this day, my lady is as ravishing as a nightmare, radiant as the fullest moon. Diala is my gemling queen, and we shall rule, side by side, over the world that will soon come to be.
Alright, and Malachi is a bit nuts too. So we've got the Eternal Lab here. We'll take a quick look inside. Oh, crafting recipe. I'm glad we came in.
I could hardly hope for better results.
So that's cold damage. And let's see what this says.
I awoke, feverish and barely conscious. I set to drawing these maps through the sable hours. By morning my fingers ached, my eyes burned, yet still I found no rest. The reverie commanded its rendering. The reverie device now stands completed. I've placed the first of my maps within its receptacle. I've taken my maiden voyage into Nightmare. I know now that which sent me this precious gift. It knows me, expects my return. It would be foolish to disappoint. Malachi.
So this is the first hint of the maps to come. And you can see there's 6 lions, I guess they are, around the edge. And I don't think that this has anything to do with maps anymore. It used to be, I think this used to be a place you could come and actually use maps. But that was before all the expansions. So let's go ahead and read Malachi's journal. And then we're actually getting close to wrapping up point.
Tear down the walls that imprison the mind. That is what the gems do. That is their true virtue. The moment my fingertips brushed the cool, silken plains of that first gem, I felt it. My skull ached as if its contents were growing, pressing against the bone, searching for a way to break free. That night, once the wine had dulled the pain enough to allow the onset of sleep, the dreams began. I have not been without them since. Nor would I be. Every spark of thaumaturgy that I wield, every device that I forge, every creature that I transfigure, I owe to these lessons cloaked in nightmare. From whence do these precepts hail? Certainly not the mundane grey between my ears. I possess only one reference that bears faith. Translated with unquestionable clarity by that idiot savant, Isius Pirandus, the beast. Duriani of the vow knew the truth. Soon now, so shall I. Malachi.
Obviously seeking some dark knowledge there, Malachi. Okay, so we are at a good wrapping up point. I am going to go down to the sewers and crack open the Undying Blockade. So we will go down here, loop around here. We've been here before. Break this. And since we're here, we may as well run through and open up the next waypoint. I came through here previously with another character. There was actually a crafting recipe here. And the waypoint is right here, as always. So we'll head back to town and call it a day. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel to keep up with new events. Hit the notification bell if you want to find out when new videos go out. You can also follow my Twitter, which really I don't tweet a whole lot, so it's mostly about this stream. And I guess I will see you next time. Have a great day, and thanks for watching again.